Diamondbacks.com. Once again, that'll be the home of the Marty Brennaman Golf Classic in September. And Cowboy, I know you are already working on your short game in preparation of that big event.
Chipping and putting. I've already got the long drive.
Fred's throwing the ball around the infield. And we are set to go. If you're listening today on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your seatbelt. We'd like to keep you as a listener for a long time. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? Willie Bloomquist starts today at shortstop in place of Stephen Drew. Drew's been back the last couple of weeks after breaking his ankle 1 year ago tomorrow. Ouch. Drew started the first three in this series. He will sit and watch. Leake kicks and delivers, and it's low and away, ball one. This game is underway. Bloomquist, a .296 batter without a home run, 13 runs batted in. He's a right-handed batter. And the 1-0 pitch from Leake is shot into right field, and that is a base hit. Bruce over to cut it off, slides near the line. A nice play by Jay Bruce holding Bloomquist to a leadoff single. Well, I tell you what, you look at this Arizona Diamondbacks lineup. It is hard to believe this is a club that was held to 3 runs in 3 days. The series prior to arriving here in Cincinnati at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Because you look up and down the lineup, there's some pretty impressive hitters and some pretty decent numbers. And all of that with Justin Upton really adding very little to the firepower in their lineup.
Very good fastball hitting team.
Now right-handed batting second baseman Aaron Hill. Many felt like he should have been a National League All-Star. There's a throw to first, sending Bloomquist back to the bag. Hill batting .302, 12 home runs, 42 batted in, has 22 doubles and 5 triples. Under the radar north of the border for a number of years in Toronto, put together some very good seasons. And here's the pitch. It's high from Leake, ball one. Bloomquist 6 steals, but he has been thrown out a whopping 9 times. Dark, overcast Thursday afternoon. Temperature still warm, but nothing like we've had over this entire week. Breaking ball in the outside corner, knee high a strike. Reds defensively have Heisey in left, Stubbs in center, Jay Bruce in right. Middle infield of Wilson Valdez and Brandon Phillips. Todd Frazier over at third today with Miguel Cairo at first. And the battery of rookie Devin Mesoraco and right-hander Mike Leake. Leadoff base hit for Bloomquist and the Diamondbacks. Leake the pause and a pitch. It's popped up behind the plate. Mesoraco with a mask off runs out of room into the third row out of play.
Boy, that's the kind of ball that comes off the bat as a pitcher and you're saying stay in here. Ends up about 3 rows behind the home plate netting.
So, Cowboy, how you doing today? Everything well with you?
Wonderful, my friend. How about yourself?
No complaints.
No problems with the hail over there in Terrace Park?
No problems.
Good.
Made it through the storm.
That's a good
Made
thing.
it through the rain.
Stuff was rough yesterday.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Aaron Hill. And Bloomquist took off and then had to stop and races back to the bag. Had Leake glanced at the right time, they'd have picked him off.
Well, we saw Stephen Drew do that in game 1, and it ended up in Stephen Drew's benefit. And this time, Bloomquist is back without a problem. But you could hear all the infielders, even up here, hollering, step off, and they got him, I think. No, they didn't. Well, that was close.
There are pitchers in this Reds rotation you can run against. There is one that's virtually impossible to run against. That's Johnny Cueto. He's been the best in all of baseball among all starting pitchers. And Leake would be another. So gifted athletically. And there goes the runner. Breaking ball. Good pitch to run on. Throw down to second, and they did not get it. So Hill out of there on strikes. Throw by Mesoraco a little bit high as he had to reach down on a breaking ball to his right. And Bloomquist has steal number 7, 1 out in the inning.
That's the one thing about the arm of Mesoraco, he has a great arm, but when you raise up or stand up to throw, more times than not, the throw is going to be elevated to second and not on the money, and that one was high.
So now Kubel hit 2 home runs in the game here last night. 2-run home run in the first inning. Solo blast in the fourth. In his first year with the Diamondbacks, what a pickup he's been. Breaking balls on the outside corner of strike. Kubel, a left-handed batter.
Well, he's hitting at a 295 clip, but he's also got 83 strikeouts. So somebody is getting him out with something.
0-1 to count. And a fastball misses away. Well, they struck him out his last 2 times up last night. Bill Bray got him. And then Logan Ondrusek blew him away in the 9th inning. Ondrusek's been very sharp his last 2 times out. 1-1 to Kubel. Swing and a miss.
Good arm speed on the changeup, even though the location was about chest high. Kubel swinging at the arm action of Leake instead of the baseball. That's the one key for Mike Leake. When he's down in the strike zone, that's when he is the most effective.
Runner at second, 1 out, just underway after a 45-minute rain delay before getting started. And here comes the pitch, and it swung on and fouled back to the screen. That was a better pitch to hit for Kubel. Reds have 3 more to go after today on this 10-game homestand. Division rival Milwaukee comes to town beginning tomorrow night. Night games Friday, Saturday, 1:10 start Sunday. Reds have won 4, lost 2 through the first 6 of this 10-game stand. High pop-up, left side of the infield to the outfield grass goes Valdez, 2 out.
Mike Leake is a finger pressure type pitcher. He'll use the index finger and the middle finger to manipulate the baseball. If he's using the index finger, it's usually sinking to the right-hander or running away from the left-hander. If he's using the middle finger, he's cutting it in on the left-hander or down and away from the right-hander. Almost the same type of speed. The ball just goes one way or the other.
So now the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt, right-handed batter, another good hitter. And that one's hit off the end of the bat, a liner into center. It'll fall in a hit. They're going to wave around the runner, and Stubbs airmails the cutoff man, throws it all the way to the screen. And Schmidt is at second base. So Goldschmidt on the first pitch in this at-bat, a single into center field, and the Diamondbacks strike first yet again. They have scored now in the first inning in 3 of the first 4 games of this series.
It did not appear from our vantage point that Stubbs got a good break on that ball at all. The ball hit probably 2 feet in front of him, and I think that's one of the reasons that he airmailed the throw to home plate. I think he got caught in between whether to catch the ball or make a dive.
So Leake, like a lot of starting pitchers, has had his issues with getting hurt in the first inning. It's been much, much better lately. That's a number that oftentimes can get misrepresented when you have problems early in the year. Then as the season goes on, you get better, but your ERA still remains very, very high. But the bottom line is he's been bit here in the first inning today. And it's 1-0. Justin Upton looks at ball 1. Hit off the end of the bat, out of play, foul, first base side. Leake went the front 6 innings his last start against the Cardinals. Gave up a home run to Yadier Molina leading off the 7th, was charged with another run, got a no decision despite going 6+ frames in that game. Fastball off the inside corner to the right-handed batting Justin Upton.
And that's about the height that Leake wants the baseball, right down there at the either the bottom of the knee or right at the middle of the kneecap. When he stays down there, as I was saying earlier, that's when he finds some success. you're a little strong early, sometimes you elevate the baseball, and that's when you get hurt.
Runner at second. 2-1 the count on Upton. Here comes the throw, and it's on the outside corner, a strike.
If he can get that pitch working for him today, he'll have a whole lot of success. That one started off the outside corner and ran right back to the outside corner. That's a tough pitch to make, but Leake made it seem easy there.
So now 2-2 on Upton. Goldschmidt, the runner at second, and to the plate. Off that inside corner once more. Full count on Justin Upton with Chris Young waiting. Reds on Radio and Cincinnati USA Regional Tourism Network welcome Reds on Radio affiliate ESPN Radio 101.5 FM from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Great to have you with us here today. Slow roller by the mound. Charging is Frazier. Throws. Got him. Good play by Todd Frazier on a 9-hopper just to the third base side of the mound.
I think he was out either way. The runner Goldschmidt interfered with Frazier.
So the Diamondbacks score a run on a couple of hits, leave one. Reds come to bat trailing 1-0.
Guys.
Reds come to bat, bottom half of the first inning here at Great American Ballpark, trailing the Arizona Diamondbacks 1-0. Left-hander Joe Saunders. I would imagine just looking at, a lot of the numbers outside of starts, because Saunders spent some time on the disabled list, but batting average against, win-loss record, ERA, very similar kind of year that Leake's having. Pitched well enough to be much better than the 4-6 record would indicate. There's ball one up and away to Drew Stubbs.
Well, I think any time that you can have a 3.5 earned run average, you've done at least something good in 14 starts.
That's in there, a strike.
But his last two starts last year against the Reds were horrible. 16 in the third innings, gave up 16 runs, 14 of which were earned.
Big swing and a miss by Stubbs. Went outside the strike zone. Drew at .222, 9 home runs, 24 runs. Batted in, 6 hits in his last 15 trips. Had 2 hits and an RBI last night. Was on base twice. In game 2, was on base 3 times in the opener. And he just looked at strike 3 called and he knew it. On a breaking ball by Saunders. It's been a long time since we've seen Wilson Valdez in a lineup. Cozart has been out there every day since a break. Valdez making his 10th start at shortstop this season. First pitch fastball from a left-hander. Saunders in there, a strike.
I think that's one of the reasons, Tom, that Valdez is only hitting .229. Just hasn't had a whole lot of playing time. Not in regular fashion as he saw in a Philadelphia Phillies uniform.
Well, Wilson Valdez really giving it to Larry Vanover. That breaking ball Valdez thought was low and in. It was called a strike. Valdez backed out of the batter's box about 10, 15 feet. And he and Vanover jawing at one another. There's a fastball up under his chin. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 to count on Valdez. And again, it misses inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wilson, a right-handed batter. .229 without a home run. 9 runs batted in. He'll be followed here in the Reds' first inning by Brandon Phillips. Reds would like to have more than that. Down 1-0 right from the get-go. And there's a roller foul up the third base line.
Well, they are really working him inside. Henry Blanco catching today. He is almost sitting in the back pocket of Wilson Valdez.
Saunders with a new baseball. OK's assigned with Blanco. Breaking ball swung on and missed. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts for Joe Saunders. Well, Reds fans, if you're looking for a quick and delicious meal the whole family will enjoy, try JTM's Meatball Sub Kits. Pick one up today in your local grocer's freezer, JTM. Let's create great dishes together. Saunders by no means a strikeout pitcher in any way, form, or fashion. 87 innings, only 57 of them. But 2 quick ones to start the game in the Reds' first. Now Brandon Phillips.
Pretty good curveball he's got working here in the first inning.
Curveball and a liner right at first base. An 11-pitch first inning for Saunders with a couple of strikeouts. We move to the second. Diamondbacks lead 1-0 on the Cincinnati Bell. Reds Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Williams from Beachmont Ford.
At 9:06 on 700 WLW.
News Radio 700 WLW.
Follow the Reds at MLB.com at Bat 12 for your app on your iPhone, iPad, Android, Windows Mobile. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Reds.com for details. Arizona 1, the Reds nothing. As the Diamondbacks come to bat here against Mike Leake in the top half of the second inning. Chris Young, a right-handed batter, looks at a fastball up and away, ball 1. A pleasure to be joined from a Cincinnati Enquirer, longtime beat writer covering Reds baseball as he does each and every day, is John Fay. John, good afternoon to you, and hope you've managed to somehow, some way avoid all this rain the last 2 days.
You got a chance to do the banana phone, a radio appearance, banana phone right out of the gate, huh?
Ground ball to short, fielded by Valdez. Plants, throws, got him. One of the callers, John, on the banana phone asked us, and I did not have the very, very latest. I know you do on the where Nick Massett is right now.
He is in Goodyear, Arizona. He threw a bullpen the other day, I think Monday. So he's probably scheduled to throw another one soon here. So he's back on the mound, throwing all his pitches. It went well.
That's a good thing.
I think he's back on track. As long as he doesn't have a setback, he can kind of move along, and maybe we'll see him here sometime, I don't know, in 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, generally they've got to get a guy Cowboy right. I mean, you've really got to give a guy a chance to have what constitutes as a full spring training, right?
You do. I mean, especially with a capsule injury, you don't want to bring him back in a situation where you risk just blowing the whole thing out. And as we were talking the other day, if he's not ready, he's not ready, even if he misses the whole year.
2-0 to Ryan Roberts, and that fastball is high. 3 balls and no strikes. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the second inning. The Diamondbacks in front, 1-0. John Fay from the Cincinnati Enquirer with us here in the top half of the second inning, and a 3-0 pitch coming to Roberts. 3-0 swinging, and a 2-hopper at Valdez again there, 2 out. John, we were talking during the banana phone again about how airtight Walt Jocketty and his baseball operations staff keep everything as you're starting to move into a situation where the club might be contemplating moves that are made. Is the same old true for you in your job?
Oh, yeah. I think when stuff does come out, it generally comes out from other clubs because the Reds are very, Walt just will talk in general terms. I mean, he's pretty much said what everyone else thinks they need, a leadoff hitter, a middle-of-the-order bat and bench help, but in just the generalist of terms. And, when the last time I talked to him, he didn't think he'd be able to get all that done. It's just going to be such a seller's market, so we'll see, as we get closer.
Of course, the first name a lot of people wondered about once we heard the news earlier about Rick Ankiel. I mean, there are ties between Ankiel and obviously Walt Jocketty.
Yeah, Ankiel obviously isn't having a great year. They released him. If you look at him compared to Xavier Paul, is he a bit of an upgrade? Maybe. I think he's got some power. He's a really good outfielder. He's had a tough year this year, though.
2-2 on Henry Blanco. Saw Joey Votto at the ballpark today. He was coming down to do some more rehab just shortly before game time today. There's a high pop-up into foul territory. And what did you think of having a chance to visit with him for a little while yesterday?
I thought he was upbeat overall. There was so much talk about what happened and everything, and I think he really sought out the media, and that's why he showed up to kind of clear the air, and he did. He has no problem with the way it was handled. I think he had a lot to do with the way it was handled. It was largely his decision to wait.
There's a 2-out bleeder into center field. It's a base hit for Blanco, so it will allow the pitcher Saunders to bat with 2 away and 1 on here in the second inning. Arizona leading 1-0.
I think he mentioned he hopes to be back when his 15 days are up. I think that's the most optimistic you can be. He hasn't been through this before, but he's such a hard worker and he's in such good shape that I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer to the 3 weeks than it is the 4 weeks.
Blanco, the runner at first, are going to play behind him over there. Pardon me, Cowboy.
I can remember Terry Mulholland back in the days he was with the Phillies having an elbow operation. And they said he was going to be out for 2 months. He was back on the 15th day after having scoped on his elbow. I'm thinking, man, and that's how good a shape he was in.
Yeah, there are some guys who are just blessed with the ability to heal so quickly. There's a tapper to Cairo to his right. He'll underhand to the covering leak, and that'll end the inning. John, thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, John.
John Fay from the Cincinnati Enquirer. 1 hit, 1 left. Reds coming to bat in the bottom of the second inning at Great American Ballpark, trailing the Arizona Diamondbacks 1-0.
I was never much of a electricity and natural gas plans with fair fixed rates as part of Duke Energy Corporation, one of the largest power companies. Duke Energy Retail is on deck to deliver fair, stable prices to your home or business. Make the switch and have a say in details.
You know, speaking of the lawn, if you will, here at Great American Ballpark, what a great job Doug Gallant and his grounds crew continues to do day after day, week after week, year after year. You know, we were talking with Luke Yoder, who's the head groundskeeper out at Petco Park in San Diego. He's from Cincinnati, grew up out in West Liberty on a farm, and, you know, even he admitted, he said, look, out here in San Diego or, you know, Arizona where you have a dome, or, of course, there's some challenges to that, but Los Angeles, you're not having to deal with a lot of weather elements. You get to this part of the country and the eastern part of the country. First pitch swinging against a left-hander is Jay Bruce. And there's a pop-up into foul ground that Roberts flips over the railing and catches himself with his right arm to avoid any injury. And he's looking at a bunch of guys in a dugout and saying, where were you guys? Wow. I mean, not a Diamondbacks player in sight.
They were watching the ball. Crazy. You're afraid to help your guy out.
But what a great job of the entire grounds crew. Man, these last couple days, they have just been hammered. Declan Mullen, the head of all the ballpark operations. There's a ground ball down to first. Goldschmidt on one knee, and Bruce retired to begin the inning. They recorded 3 3/4 inches of rain in 40 minutes. Ouch. Late yesterday afternoon here at the ballpark.
You would have never known it.
And they had to have another inch or so today.
And you look at the field right now, and you would never know that it rained at this ballpark yesterday or today. Amazing.
So now the batter is Todd Frazier. And that one's hit down the left field line towards the corner. Hooking foul by about a foot. And a double written all over it for Frazier. He's already midway between first and second. And he'll cut back through the infield grass, come back to home plate. Reds without a base runner through the first 4 hitters of the day.
This is one guy you'd really like to see stay hot from now till season's end, because he has made a big difference for the Reds offensively. I think even his teammates are surprised by what he's been able to do with the baseball bat.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Frazier, another pitch to hit, fouled it straight back to the screen. He's behind Joe Saunders. 0-2. Fastball misses high. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Frazier. Sun actually shining right now, believe it or not. It was so dark when the game got started about, what, 20 minutes ago, that they had the lights on. And ball's in the air. Backing up the center fielder Young into right center, but he hauls it in, and there are 2 outs here in the Reds' second inning.
Young almost messed up. He broke in a good 2 steps, and if not for his solid speed, that ball would have been over his head. He misjudged that one.
Told you the Pirates are off today. Pirates lost 2 out of 3 to begin the second half in Milwaukee, but won 2 out of 3 in Denver. So they come back home to play the Miami Marlins beginning tomorrow night at PNC Park. And then St. Louis Cardinals swept here, lost 2 out of 3 in Milwaukee, and limp home to start a series tomorrow night against the Chicago Cubs, with Ryan Dempster throwing the series opener in that one for the Cubbies. 1-1 to Chris Heisey.
You know what's amazing to me, Tom, is watching Wade Miley, who started game 1, Ian Kennedy yesterday, and now Joe Saunders today. I've yet to see any of those 3 pitchers shake off any of the catcher's signs. Now, Trevor Bauer shook off enough for those 3 and our 3 in the few times he was out there.
Fly ball center field, inning over. Reds gone 1-2-3 for a second time.
We got the game plan working.
Cowboy will take over with a play-by-play action in the third. End of 2. Diamondbacks 1, Reds nothing on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Willie Bloomquist back at the plate, the leadoff hitter for the Diamondbacks. He will lead things off here in the top of the 3rd inning. He has scored the game's only run. He singled to lead off the ball game, stole a base, and came around on the single by Paul Goldschmidt. First pitch is a strike, a breaking ball from the right-hander Mike Lee. Sun coming out here at Great American as this ball slashed down the right field line, almost identical to the base hit he had the first time, and this one is going to be a double as Jay Bruce gets to it late, bobbles it, and Bloomquist is now 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Boy, Bloomquist, every time we have seen him at the plate, he is intent on driving the ball the other way. He now has, I believe if my count is right, 5 hits to that right side, and that one ends up being a double because of the speed up. Here's Aaron Hill. Breaking ball hit right through the right side, and that's a base hit. They're going to wave the runner around. He's coming all the way to the plate, and it is 2-0 Diamondbacks just like that. Brandon Phillips was playing up the middle. Aaron Hill hit it right through a huge gaping hole on the right side of the Reds infield, and just like that, an easy ground ball turns into an RBI, and 2-0 lead for the Diamondbacks. Back-to-back hits as the Diamondbacks begin their 3rd inning of play. Boy, the Diamondbacks come to the plate with a purpose when they have runners aboard. It is amazing. No overswings, no swing and misses. They just put the ball in play. Here's Kubel. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. A hard pouring rain earlier this morning. Before the game got started, the field was covered with the tarp, rain all over it. It has drained off. The sun is out. You'd never know it even rained here at Great American Ballpark. Fastball again, misses away. 2-0 from Mike Lee. The final game, the fourth game of this 4-game series. Diamondbacks have won 2, Reds have won 1. Reds need to win this game to split the series. There goes the runner, a fastball in, the throw to second, and they got it. Another high throw by Mesoraco. But big nail Aaron Hill at second base on the attempted stolen base. Lee got the ball to the plate in a hurry. Mesoraco with a strong throw, but again high, and Valdez takes the throw and makes the tag. 1 down. Strike is in there after a 3-0 pitch. The pitch on the throw down to second was inside, and now it's 3-1. Runs yesterday and 3 RBIs. 3-1 pitch. Fastball hit high into the air. Left center field. Stubbs moving over, makes the catch. Just short of the warning track in left center field, and there's 2 down. As I said, the sun has come out, and it's almost as though you can see steam rising from the field of play. Kind of hazy out over the field now that the sun is out and the evaporation process begins. A slight breeze blowing in, as you can see the flags blowing in as that pitch misses outside. One ball and no strikes to Paul Goldschmidt. Down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs in the inning. Willie Bloomquist has been the ultimate leadoff hitter so far today. He has singled, stolen a base, scored, doubled and scored as that pitch catches the outside corner. And it is 2-0 Diamondbacks here early. Top of the third, Great American Ballpark. Ground ball headed to shortstop. Valdez has it. Fires to first base, and that's it for the Diamondbacks. But again, they put a run on the board. 2-zip Diamondbacks as the Reds come to the plate here in the bottom of 3 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network. Miguel Cairo will stand in against the left-handers Joe Saunders. He misses with a fastball away. 1 ball and no strikes. Cairo playing first base today. Frazier, who had been playing first base, has moved over to third. Valdez playing shortstop for Kozar. Swing and a foul ball straight behind home plate.
You know, baseball is a funny game, Cowboy. There have probably been 15 or 20 pitches in this series where Reds hitters have had pitches right down a can, taking big swings, and seemingly every one of those they have fouled off.
Well, the bigger your swing, the slower it is getting to the point of contact. As that ball misses down and away, a backdoor breaking ball from Saunders. Two balls and a strike to Cairo. The pitch. Fly ball headed to right field. Upton is there. He'll make the catch, and there's one down. Reds fans, if a Reds player hits the Toyota Tundra sign in right center field during today's game, Sid Stacy from Loveland, Ohio will win the Tundra on display here at Great American Ballpark. Register for your chance to win in an upcoming game by seeing one of your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. That's Sid Stacy from Loveland, Ohio.
Pretty town out there, Loveland, Ohio, along the banks of the Little Miami River. They have a really, really nice, quaint little downtown.
Yes,
it's one of my favorite towns in all the greater Cincinnati area. Loveland, Ohio. Great name and a beautiful place.
Here's Mesoraco. Takes the first pitch. It's a strike, and he hits the next one into right field. Upton is there, and he makes a second catch and a second out. 2 down.
Well, this guy is making it look way too easy here the first time through the batting order. 27 pitches to record 8 outs. And bear in mind, the first 2 batters struck out.
Well, with the wind blowing in, fly balls are outs today. Line drives and hard ground balls, that's going to get you some action, and that's what we've seen from the Diamondbacks here early. A changeup off the plate away, the first pitch to Mike Leake. So Saunders very aware of the prowess of Mike Leake. His 38 hits over the last 3 seasons, the most by any major league pitcher, as he fouls this one off to the right side, out of play. You know, the Diamondbacks are very adept at hitting the ball up the middle and shooting the ball the other way. Very few of their hitters pulling off of the baseball, at least in this series. Jam shot, pop up, headed to Roberts at third. He'll make that catch, and another 3-up, 3-down inning for the left-hander Joe Saunders. 2-0 Diamondbacks as we head to 4 here at Great American Ballpark on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Johnson and longtime battery mate Dan Wilson become the 5th and 6th members of the Mariners Hall of Fame, Saturday, July 28th at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, only on Mariners.com.
Mike Leake set to go here in the 4th inning of play.
Well, Reds fans, the Reach Magazine dynamic deal has been extended. And what a deal it is. I mean, this really is a great deal. When the Pirates come in the next time, August 3rd, 4th, and 5th, that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you buy one view-level ticket to see the Reds and the Pirates. You get $10 in concession credits, and all of that for $20. So you get the ticket to the game and $10 in concessions for $20.
I'll take that.
August 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That 3rd is a fireworks night. Giveaway day on a Saturday and Sunday. 513-381-REDS or visit Reds.com for tickets.
That's a beauty.
It's a great deal.
Justin Upton, Chris Young, and Ryan Roberts to face Leake here in the 4th. A fastball. This is down and away. Right-hander Mike Leake on the mound working with Devin Mesoraco. 2-0 Diamondbacks early. Breaking ball on the ground to third. Frazier has it. Comes up. Fires across. And they get him. One down. As part of its extra effort program, Ohio Casualty, a Liberty Mutual company, will make a donation to the Cincinnati chapter of the American Red Cross each time the Reds hit a double or a triple. It's the extra effort program from Ohio Casualty and their independent agents. One out in the inning. Chris Young, a 205 hitter, stands in. He grounded out to Valdez at shortstop his first time up. Takes the breaking ball for a strike.
I was just thinking, Cowboy, tell me if you agree with this. I mean, it totally feels like.
Breaking ball again to third. Frazier has it. Fires to first. 2 down.
Is it just me, or does it seem to you? There's so much talk about Justin Upton and the possibility of him being traded. It feels like he has been a complete non-factor in this series. I mean, don't even know he's on the field yet. He had 1 hit last night. He had 2 hits in the second game. He had 3 hits, a stolen base, was on base 4 times, did have an RBI in that first inning of game 1.
He doesn't swing like he did before. He looks like he's pushing the ball, trying to push it into right center field instead of taking a hack like the big hitter he is, or supposed to be. That ball misses away. 1 ball, no strikes to Robert.
I guess the point being is that that's one of those deals where sometimes you look at a guy's batting average.
That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And in this series, his batting average has been great.
Right.
But I mean, just don't even know he's in a lineup.
Well, I'll tell you a story. Al Rosen, back in the days when Matt Williams was playing for the Giants, he's their third base coach, as this is pulled foul past Matt Williams. His batting average was .323, and I remember this because I remember the conversation in the locker room. He had 5 home runs at the time. Al Rosen came into the locker room screaming and yelling at Matt, told him he was not paying him to hit singles. Get up there and hit the ball out of the ballpark. That's what I'm paying you for. Well,
he did that.
He did that.
A lot.
He did it a whole lot. And he was still able to keep his batting average as that ball misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still able to keep his batting average and still able to drive the ball out of the ballpark. But it took a little work, but he got it done. Breaking ball misses in just barely off the plate. That's the thing about it, Tom, is you just can't settle for mediocrity. If you're a player that much is expected of and you've been paid a lot, you need to come on with it. Base on balls to Ryan Roberts, a hanging breaking ball as Leake leaves this one upstairs. And down to first goes Roberts. That'll bring Henry Blanco to the plate. Blanco, a jam shot single up the middle his first time up.
Well, you were a teammate of Matt Williams, as you mentioned, and I had a chance to broadcast his games for many, many years once he came to Arizona. Boy, what an outstanding player he was.
He did not get the nickname the Big Marine for nothing. Quick pick to first, not in time. He was very, very dangerous in the batter's box.
Extremely intense player.
He got to the point where he could foul off the ball inside or at least spoil that pitch. As Blanco swings and misses at a breaking ball here, strike one. But the ball that was out over the plate, there was no fouling it back to home plate or fouling it back behind the screen or down the right field line. You threw it out over the plate, he was rattling the walls. Right center field, left center field, or he was knocking somebody out in the stands. Blanco steps out of the batter's box, calls timeout. Leake steps off the mound. Roberts with a 2-out lead at first base. Blanco waiting on the 0-1 pitch. And here it is from Leake. Fly ball foul down the left field line. Home run distance, but well fouled.
Well, I tell you what, if they had an old-timers game with this Arizona Diamondbacks coaching staff,
they might be.
There wouldn't even be a contest between this group and everybody in baseball. Matt Williams,
Eric Young lead off.
Kirk Gibson,
Charles Nagy could start and close probably.
Alan Trammell, Don Baylor.
Oh boy.
Holy Moses.
Be heavy duty.
You're talking about well over nearly 24 all-star games in that group. Gold Gloves, Silver Sluggers, MVPs.
The 0-2, it's a pitch out, and Roberts going nowhere. So the Reds expecting Roberts to take off there, and the Diamondbacks have done quite a bit of running, and they will run into an out here and there, but they will run. We've seen it from the get-go. Kirk Gibson, he had green light and everybody. There goes Roberts. This one fouled off to the right side. A lunging swing by Henry Blanco on a pitch well off the plate. You're right, Tom. They run 1 through 9.
Well, really, in that National League West, with a lack of offense and especially with the big ballparks, you better have teams that are capable of stealing some bases.
They're trying to do whatever they can to put pressure on the defense and put something on the board. Quick pick to first, again not in time.
I mean, can you imagine playing? And I mean, heck, I announced the Diamondbacks games for 10 years. I mean, you go rolling into play at Petco 9 or 10 times a year. Tack on another 9 or 10 times up at AT&T Park in San Francisco.
Not going to be too many home runs, and you can add Dodger Stadium into that.
That's right.
Breaking ball misses high, and Leake has even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's getting around that breaking ball a little bit, and it's hanging up on him.
And even people that talk about the ballpark in Phoenix, I mean, I think the ballpark in Phoenix is a fair ballpark.
It is.
I mean,
has it room in
tended towards the hitter a little bit? Yeah, a little bit, but not a ton.
There goes the runner again, and strike 3 on Blanco. So Roberts taking off. Blanco swings and misses for the 3rd out of the inning. 2-0. Diamondbacks over the Reds as the Reds come to the plate in their half of the 4th on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network. the fourth inning of play. It'll be the second time through the lineup for the Reds as Drew Stubbs will start things off. Have you checked out UDF's concert giveaway on Facebook yet? Just get 5 new friends to like UDF on Facebook and you'll be entered to win 2 VIP tickets to a Riverbend concert of your choice. Plus your friends could each win $25 UDF gas cards. Visit Facebook.com/United Dairy Farmers today. Bring some friends. Have a dairy good summer, courtesy of your friends at United Dairy Farmers.
Yes, indeed. You're their main man over there, Cowboy. Ooh,
I love that ice cream. Fastball down and away. Misses for ball 1 to Drew Stubbs. Stubbs a strikeout victim on a breaking ball, looking his first time. And he takes that exact pitch right there. Even the count at a ball and a strike. Curveball right over the outside corner as Saunders just lays it up there. Swing and a miss. Fastball upstairs, and that was in the mitt. By the time Stubbs got after it, a high fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and here comes Saunders. And a pop fly right to the second baseman Hill, and Stubbs is retired easily, 1 down. Boy, it's so far for Joe Saunders. He is seemingly taking a walk through the park. Every pitch he throws is right on the money, and the Reds have yet to do anything with it. 10 consecutive batters retired. Breaking ball just off the outside corner. 1 ball and no strikes to Wilson Valdez. He too a strikeout victim his first time up. Changeup misses away. Valdez started to go and held up just in time. 2 balls and no strikes. Phillips waiting on deck. The left-hander deals. Fastball right down Broadway. Strike 1.
Well, Cowboy, you know, I mean, this Reds team, and if you want to choose the word aggressive, that's fine. I can think of some other ones, but we'll call it aggressive. And a guy like Saunders, who's been around for many, many years, just feeds off that aggression by this Reds team. Yesterday, where they end up 15 times in the game swinging at the first pitch in and at bat.
Yep. That breaking ball misses down there. A 3-1 pitch here. And it's fouled off to the right side, out of play.
We were talking about it down in the clubhouse earlier today. In a game overloaded with statistics, I can't think of a more overrated statistic in my life than when you hear about a guy hitting on the first pitch what his batting average is, because they only talk about the balls that are put in play.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
And he walked him. A fastball inside, and the Reds, they got a base runner. And it comes via the walk. 10 batters into the ball game, and Wilson Valdez is aboard with a base on balls. Brandon Phillips will step to the plate, and he'll look to get the first Reds hit of the afternoon. 2-0 Diamondbacks here early in the ball game. Diamondbacks have 5 hits through 4 innings of play. Reds nary a hit, nary a run. Valdez has his lead at first. Saunders out of the stretch for the first time. Misses up and away. A fastball, 1 ball and no strikes.
And I've heard some pitchers say that can become a factor. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's gone almost an hour, well, exactly an hour, since he pitched to a real batter. Now, they'll warm up a couple of pitches out of the stretch in between innings.
That seemingly happened to Johnny Cueto the other night. He had thrown out of the warm-up, out of the wind-up the first 3 innings. And once he got into the stretch, as this ball is fouled off, he started having a little difficulty. Had to pitch out of some tough jams. He was able to do that. But there were some tough ones. He had 8 runners left on base in his final 3 innings of pitching. That'll run that pitch count to the sky. 1 ball, 1 strike to Phillips. Valdez at first base. 1 out in the inning on the pop-up to second by Stubbs. The 1-1 pitch. No peel pick to first. Not in time.
This is where the Reds really need Phillips and Bruce everybody in the lineup. But, I mean, these are the two guys that after Votto are the guys you've invested a lot of money in and counting on to be your team leaders. These guys have really got to pick it up now. That's why I always wonder when I hear people say, you just keep doing what you're doing. Well, there's probably some truth to that, Cowboy. But now when you have maybe the best hitter in the league go down and maybe the most important single player there is on any team in baseball go down, other guys have got to be better.
And it's not that you apply an inordinate amount of pressure to yourself.
No.
You just increase your concentration on each and every pitch and play of the game. Another unproductive pick to first base by Saunders, trying to keep Valdez close over there.
It's like yesterday in that first inning you brought up earlier. I mean, Dusty was so upset that Cozart bunted on his own. The result of the play on a pop-up after a leadoff double. Then you get a hit and you have a runner at third with less than 2 and you don't get him in.
One pitch to Phillips, and he pops it up right to the shortstop, Bloomquist. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 down.
And I only bring that up, Cowboy, just to finish the thought, because you're not asking a guy to do more than what they've done.
No.
It doesn't mean that whoever the batter is with a runner at third and less than 2 men out has to hit a double to the gap.
No.
It just means get the run in.
You just want to have a greater bit of concentration each and every day. And that may be for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it may be. And the thing about it is you might learn something about yourself. Fastball way inside to Bruce. That one almost got him on the front side as he bailed out backwards. 1 ball and no strikes. You just want your guys to buckle down a little bit. Think about what's at stake here. Pitch. Breaking ball. Misses outside. 2-0. Bruce from the left side. He is 0 for his last 15. And he could tie this thing up with 1 swing of the bat. Pitch. And it's a line drive into center field. Young going back, and he makes the catch. He hit it hard, but he hit it right at the center fielder, Young, and with his speed, he runs it down easily. So another hitless, scoreless inning here in the 4th for the Reds, and Joe Saunders, the lefty for the Diamondbacks. We head to 5. Tom Brenneman back to you on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Watch Barry Larkin and Ron Santo officially join the ranks of Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and other baseball greats during the National Baseball Hall of Fame induction ceremony this Sunday, July 22nd. Coverage begins at 1:30 p.m. Eastern on MLB.com and MLB Network.
Fireworks show, and that's a country theme presented by Cooper Tires. Saturday, the first 20,000 fans get a Reds soft-sided cooler courtesy of Hebrew National. So Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, Brewers in town. We'll look forward to having you here at Great American Ballpark. Pitcher against pitcher as we begin the top of the 5th inning. Arizona Diamondbacks with a 2-0 lead. It's quickly 1 ball and 2 strikes on Joe Saunders. 2 runs, 5 hits, 3 left for Arizona. No runs, no hits for the Reds. They've only had 1 base runner against this Diamondbacks left-hander, and that was a 1-out walk in the just completed 4th inning. Leak delivers. Fouled out of play by the left-handed batting Saunders. They'll be followed by Bloomquist and Hill. That duo has done some major damage here today, especially Bloomquist. Led off the first with a single, a stolen base, scored a run. Led off the third with a double, scored a run. He waits on deck. 2-2 pitch. High pop-up left side of the infield. Frazier to the grass. 4 or 5 steps, makes a catch, 1 out. As part of its extra effort program, Ohio Casualty, a Liberty Mutual company, will make a donation to the Cincinnati chapter of the American Red Cross each time the Reds hit a double or a triple. It's the extra effort program from Ohio Casualty and their independent agents.
Bloomquist now has 7 hits in the 3 games that he has played.
Bloomquist getting regular playing time at shortstop early this year with the injury to Stephen Drew. And now that Drew is back, Bloomquist getting more and more playing time down at third base for Ryan Roberts. Both of them in the lineup today as Drew gets a day off. The 1-0 pitch to Bloomquist. And a line drive, softly hit, shallow left, coming in to get it Heisey, and there are 2 out.
Good jump there by Heisey on the pitch. And they finally don't allow Bloomquist to hit the ball the other way. Jammed him right on his knuckles.
Check scores of other games brought to you by Montgomery Inn, celebrating 60 years. Join the Montgomery Inn crowd. Montgomery, the Boathouse, Fort Mitchell, and Dublin. National League, Mets all over the Nationals, 9-2-6. Just underway, Miami at Wrigley. Giants in the 9th, trailing Atlanta and batting against Craig Kimbrell. 3-2 Braves. Here's ball 1 to Aaron Hill. Tampa Bay in front of Cleveland 5-0 in the 7th. Minnesota 2, Baltimore 1, bottom of the 4th inning. That ball clubbed into deep left field, and it's 3-0 Arizona on a home run by Aaron Hill, his 13th of the year. Boy, this Diamondback team is just taking it to the Reds in this series. And it has been primarily the guys starting right at the very top of the batting order. An Arizona team which began the second half of the year. A 3-game series against the Cubs in Chicago last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and walked out of there having scored 3 runs total. They had 5 hits to start the opening game of this series on Monday night against Bronson Arroyo, scoring 4 runs before an out was recorded. And really, outside of that game against Johnny Cueto, they have not looked back. They haven't knocked the cover off the ball, but they've been plenty good enough.
And then the majority of their hits have been hits that have gone the other way, through the shortstop hole or through the second base hole or up the middle. Like we were saying earlier, line drives or hard ground balls. They've taken us. They've seen a lot of pitches and just slapped the ball the other way.
2-1 delivery. Kubel misses low and outside. Detroit in the 5th inning, leading the Angels 4-0. Seattle 2-zip over Kansas City in the 2nd, and later the White Sox in Boston. The Yankees are out west in Oakland. There's only one other National League game today outside of the 3 we gave you the scores on a moment ago, and this one being played. That'll be Houston at San Diego. 3-2 on Kubel. Rolled over foul. Mike Leake knocking on the door of 80 pitches, and here we are in the 5th.
and he has not been wild. He's only walked one batter thus far.
Fly ball, shallow left center field. Stubbs did not get a jump on it at all, and it falls in front of a charging Heisey trying to get there to make up for it.
Well, Heisey dove for it, and Stubbs pulled up, but that's the second time now that Stubbs has not gotten a jump or a break at all off the ball into center field. It cost him a run back in the first inning, and that's a base hit there.
That ball looked like a routine fly ball to center field when it came off the bat, thinking the inning was over. Now the batter, Paul Goldschmidt, he looks at a strike.
I think Mike Leake thought the same thing. He was almost to the first baseline heading in. But either Stubbs can't see the ball or he's not getting a break.
Check swing and a miss, 0-2. Today's scoreboard stumper is brought to you by Geico. While baseball is America's pastime, helping people save money is Geico's pastime. Geico could help you save more on just your car insurance. Call 1-800-947-AUTO for a free quote on auto, motorcycle, renter's insurance, and more. It's a good question here, Cowboy. You got a fighting chance. 4 players who have won the Most Valuable Player Award in the 1990s have been elected already to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Who are they? We'll give you one hint. One of them's going in this weekend.
Barry.
Well, he can't sneak anything past you, I'll tell you.
And that's something. Tell you, I do a lot of homework.
Breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2 to Goldschmidt. But 3 others outside of Barry Larkin won an MVP award during the decade of the 1990s. Could be either league and already have been inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Who are the other 3? 2-2 to Goldschmidt. Runner at first, 2 out. And there's ball 3 outside. Arizona leading 3-0. 3 runs, 7 hits for the Diamondbacks. No runs, no hits for the Reds. Popped up shallow right, and Phillips out to get it. Makes a basket catch, streaking towards the right field line. Inning over, but damage done again. Solo home run by Aaron Hill. Middle of the 5th, Diamondbacks 3 and the Reds nothing. Well, Reds fans, be sure to pick up this Sunday's Enquirer featuring a special section commemorating Barry Larkin's Hall of Fame induction. Celebrate the career of his Cincinnati native and one of the all-time great Cincinnati Reds players. Sean Casey, in fact, will provide the intro to this special section. Make sure to grab your copy of the Enquirer this Sunday and every day. Reds trailing 3-0. Still in search of a hit against left-hander Joe Saunders. 0-1 pitch to Todd Frazier, misses high and away.
Starting to get a little breezy now. The sun came out, it got a little humid, and now it's wind's starting to kick back up again.
Well, a guy throwing 88, 89, 90 miles an hour, and he is just burying Reds right-handed batters with fastballs in. That one chewed up Frazier, rolled over it foul. It's all about location.
It really is, and he's using all of his off-speed stuff down and away, or he'll bounce that curveball up there.
Swing and a miss by Frazier. Got beat on a fastball away that time, and that's 3 strikeouts in the game for Joe Saunders. Now Chris Heisey.
Saunders is really comfortable right now, and you talked about only having 50 pitches here in the 5th inning. He's been able to use his breaking ball early for strikes. Changeup has been awfully good away, and as you said, when you can throw those 2 for strikes, you can pound in with an 88-mile-an-hour fastball all day long.
Swung on and fouled back out of play to the first base side. One to Heisey, and a breaking ball stays high. 2 balls and a strike to the Reds left fielder Chris Heisey.
Saunders came into this ball game, as we said earlier, he had lost 4 of his last 5 starts. He had not been throwing the ball well, even with the 3.5 ERA.
Three and one now to Heisey. Right-handed batter waiting, and he takes ball 4. Second base runner of the game for the Reds. Both of them have come via the walk.
Well, the one thing that you do notice about Joe Saunders, everything is from the kneecaps down. Very few pitches are up. If they are up, they're right on your hands, inside off the plate.
So now Miguel Cairo, he flied out to right, hit the ball pretty hard his first time up, and lifts a routine fly ball to right this time. So after the walk, Cairo up there, first pitch hacking down and away.
And really out in front of that pitch, an 87-mile-an-hour fastball. And normally you do not see Miguel Cairo out on that front foot, but that was almost a one-handed lunge swing, and it was on the first pitch. Not a good pitch to hit.
So 2 are out, and Devin Mesoraco the batter. Diamondbacks leading 3-0, and a breaking ball misses. One and 0 on Mesoraco. Devin swung at the first pitch his first time up, popped up into right field. And takes a fastball off the inside corner. Mike Leake is going to bat. He's allowed 3 runs in 5 innings here today, but he's a good hitter, and the Reds bullpen is worn out.
No doubt about it.
They've gotten extremely short outings in 2 of the last 3 games. Bronson Arroyo 3 innings on Monday night. Matt Latos latching just 4 2/3 here in the game last night. And even in the Cueto game, had to get him out of the game after 6
innings. Well, it's feast or famine out of the bullpen.
Jam shot floater left field. It'll fall in for a hit. First of the game for the Reds. Comes with 2 away here in the 5th off the bat of Devin Mesoraco.
Mesoraco just made himself wait as long as he possibly could, because you have to guard against that off-speed stuff and the fastball down and away. And it's not a power fastball. It's an 87, 88 mile an hour fastball.
All right, now Leake, we know he can hit. He fouled out to the third baseman his only time up. Tries to lay down a bunt on the first pitch and fouled it back to the screen.
He's got Ryan Roberts way back. And if he does get it down, he's got a chance. That's not exactly the easiest pitch to bunt, a fastball high and away.
Look, I know he's a pitcher, but he does have 11 hits and 33 at bats.
He can swing it.
0-1 pitch on Leake. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 came up and in on him. And clearly pitchers around the league, they are pitching Mike Leake as though he is not a pitcher with a bat in his hand.
They pitch him like a hitter. That was a fastball, the hardest one of the day, as a matter of fact, from Joe Saunders. 91 miles an hour in off the plate.
0-2. Struck him out swinging, and ball's dropped by Blanco. He'll pick it up, throw down to first, and that's it. Reds get a hit. They leave 2. We played 5. Diamondbacks lead the Reds 3-0 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Johnson and longtime battery mate Dan Wilson become the 5th and 6th members of the Mariners Hall of Fame, Saturday, July 28th at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, only on Mariners.com.
The 1990s have been elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Who are they? We know about Barry Larkin going in this Sunday, won the MVP in '95. Dennis Eckersley in '92. Cal Ripken Jr. in '91. Ricky Henderson in 1990.
Did not think about Eckersley. It's one thing you'll have to watch for when Verlander, if he's fortunate enough to make it that far. MVP and Cy Young in the same year. Not too many folks do that.
No. Reds baseball being brought to you by your local Toyota dealers and the newest members of the Prius family, the Prius 5, with more room than most small SUVs, and the Prius C at an EPA rated 53 miles per gallon and priced from $18,950 MSRP tax, title, and license extra. First pitch swinging here in the 6th, hit down the left field line off the bat of Justin Upton. Well, that sounded so quiet coming off the bat. I mean, it barely made a noise. Hit it off the very tip end of the bat and just loops it down the left field line for a 2-base hit.
Got the ball right in on his hands, and even with Upton looking in, the ball just goes over the head of Frazier, and it's just placed in the perfect spot down the left field line for a double.
Arizona already with a 3-0 lead. And I mean, quite simply, Leake cannot allow the run to score. Well, this Reds offense, which has just not looked good in 3.5 games now since Joey Votto went down. I mean, let's face it. They got 2 walks from a rookie pitcher after 2 were out and nobody was on base. And Ludwig hit a 3-run home run in a 4-0 win in Game 2 of this series. I mean, you just can't fall behind anymore. 0-1 to Chris Young. And they're going to fall behind more. This ball is clobbered. It'll go all the way to the wall in left center field. Justin Upton will score. Doubles by Upton and Young. But Arizona's lead now at 4-0. 2 batters into the 6th inning.
Hanging breaking ball off the bat of Young. That one was out over the plate, and it was hammered. And Leake has been around that breaking ball all afternoon from the get-go. When they're spinning and not breaking, not a good sign.
So now another 7-hitter, Ryan Roberts up there with a runner at second, nobody out. Breaking ball away. 4 runs, 9 hits for the Diamondbacks, and we are 2 batters into the 6th. Alfredo Simon forced to get up and begin to throw down in the Reds bullpen. Sun shining brightly after a very rainy, dark, overcast morning and early afternoon, delaying the start of this one for what, 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was a rough beginning before the ball game. Didn't even look like they were going to play for a while there.
Of course, now you already have an official game.
Oh, yeah. Now you wouldn't even know it rained.
No. This feels like a hot summer Thursday afternoon. It's supposed to really cool down, I guess, with more rain coming later tonight and a front coming through. Our highs beginning tomorrow expected to be in the mid-80s. There's a high fly ball, well hit straight away center field. Stubbs at the track will make the catch, and easily tagging and advancing on to third is Chris Young. 1 out. Well, you got Henry Blanco in the number 8 hitter, and then you have the pitcher. So this becomes a chance for Leake to try and find a way to not allow Blanco to get in a 5th run from third base. Maybe get a 2nd out. Well, Blanco, take your chances.
Blanco is going to try to pull everything. He's going to try to swing as hard as he possibly can. And if you can bury a breaking ball down and away, you can put him away.
High fly ball into deep left field. Drifting back is Heisey at the wall. Goodbye. A 2-run home run to left field by Henry Blanco. His first home run in this 2012 season. And the Diamondbacks are taking it to the Reds in Cincinnati. It is a 6-0 lead.
That's the only thing that he tries to do is swing for the fence. That's why he has no home runs and no batting average. Well, it has not been a good series for the starting pitchers.
So now Joe Saunders, base is empty, 3 runs home. First pitch swinging, pulls one through the hole into right field to hit.
And Dusty's seen enough.
So the Diamondbacks pitcher has as many hits in this game as the Reds have in this game. League done after 5 1/3 innings. Arroyo, Latos, now League. All 3. failed to get through 5 in this series. Diamondbacks 6, Reds nothing. Back with more on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Will be Alfredo Simon, and he has seen quite a bit of work as of late. 1-1 on the year. His ERA now 1.53 as he has thrown the ball extremely well after his one outing in the beginning of the season. So this will be his 22nd appearance, 35 1/3 innings, 35 strikeouts.
Save big on prescriptions in your Kroger pharmacy. Kroger offers hundreds of generic prescriptions priced at $4 for a 30-day supply, $10 for 90 days. Why not check to see if your prescriptions are included and get more value for the way you live at Kroger. Diamondbacks have scored 3 to build on what was a 3-0 lead before this 6th inning began. And after a hit by the pitcher Saunders, that's all she wrote for Mike Leake. He goes 5 1/3 innings, allows 11 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts so far, charged with 6 earned runs. Saunders belongs to Leake over at first. So now Alfredo will face Willie Bloomquist, who gave Leake all kinds of problems. Had a couple of hits to start inning and scored runs. First pitch fastball in there, strike. Well, what a nice pickup Alfredo Simon has turned out to be.
No doubt about it. And he's actually learned something about pitching since he's been here under Brian Price.
Breaking ball fouled away.
He's learned how to use that hard sinker in on right-handers. His breaking ball has gotten much better. He's done very well against left-handed hitters. He can start using that sinker down and into right-handers. He's going to start getting a whole lot of ground balls.
Hit down the right field line towards the corner, and that is a foul ball, and a good thing. Even Saunders would have scored had that fallen fair.
Well, that is all Bloomquist tries to do, is shoot the ball the other way. You have to pound him inside. Fastballs in, bounce the breaking ball.
Alfredo ready ahead to count of Bloomquist at 1-2, and a high bouncer down to third. Frazier gloves, throws to second for 1. Relay throw not going to double up Bloomquist, so there are 2 out with a runner at first.
That's what you get when you throw Bloomquist inside hard down and in. You're going to get a lot of ground balls to the left side just like that. You pitch him out over the plate, he's going to wear you out.
Well, here's a guy coming up that's been wearing a lot of people out this year, and that's Aaron Hill. I tell you, you look at these two guys in this Arizona lineup, and so much was made, as we know here in Cincinnati. Runner goes, throw down to second base. And out again is Bloomquist. And we continue to ask that question. And who are we to ask the question? The Diamondbacks are kicking the Reds around. But Bloomquist has been thrown out 10 times trying to steal now this season. Diamondbacks get 3 and lead in the middle of the 6th. 6-0. For the Reds batting at the bottom of the 6th, it's back out for a station ID on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network. Well, great to have you with us on this Thursday afternoon. We're at Great American Ballpark in downtown Cincinnati. Things not going well for the home team so far. They bat in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing 6-0. They have been shut out on one base hit by Arizona left-hander Joe Saunders. Top of the order for the Reds: Stubbs, Valdez, Phillips. Stubbs 0 for 2 is struck out and popped up. Breaking ball in there, strike.
Saunders has almost gone about his way today, pitching backwards. Soft early, hard in late. That's about how Blanco used to catch Greg Maddux.
Saunders been a pretty good role ever since he came off the disabled list. Made the one start against the Cubbies, allowed 3 earned runs his last time up. He did give up 8 hits. But before that trip, it allowed 2, 1, 3, 1 in the 4 starts prior. There's a little flare off the end of the bat in the shallow center, and that ball checked up. That ball looked like a ball hitting the green and then checked up.
That shows you how much that wind is blowing in, and the rain's starting to come down once again. That ball started up, and as it came down, it spun back towards the infield. Go figure. That's that wind, or a gust of wind, catching the baseball and blowing it back towards the infield.
All right, leadoff man aboard now. Wilson Valdez 0 for 2, struck out and walked. First pitch swinging, fouls it away off to the first base side out of play. The ball up around Valdez's neck, up and away from him, trying to shoot it into right field. Here's the 0-1, and this one he does shoot into right field. Down the right field line, a hit. Advancing on first to third is Stubbs. So the Reds have tripled their hit total here in the last 2 batters of this inning. 2 on, nobody out. And here's Brandon Phillips. Catcher Henry Blanco coming out for a lengthy chat with Saunders. It's over now, and Blanco will backpedal to just in front of the plate, letting everybody know what they're up to defensively here with runners on the corners and none out. Phillips waiting, and now the pitch outside, ball 1. Brandon is lined softly to second, popped up to short.
He has a huge hole on the right side of the infield with Goldschmidt holding on. Valdez, Hill playing at double play depth up the middle. They're going to sacrifice the run for a double play.
Popped up on a 1-0 pitch into foul territory, first base side. And luckily for Phillips, it's about 5 rows out of play.
Well, this is the place where you really don't try to get everything back in one swing. What you're really trying to do is keep the rally going. If you try to get everything back in one swing, you're going to end up with a pop-up in the infield.
Phillips has 10 home runs. He has 50 runs batted in. They're on the corners with nobody out. High drive down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is fair, and it is gone. 3-run home run, Brandon Phillips. And Brandon Phillips has cut this lead in half. It's gone from 6-0 to 6-3.
That's keeping the rally alive right there. That was one pitch I believe Mr. Saunders would like to do again. Tried to come in with a fastball, and he left it out over the plate, and Phillips hammered it.
Charles Nagy, the longtime, very good starting pitcher for the Cleveland Indians. Now, of course, he's the Arizona Diamondbacks pitching coach, and he's coming out to chat with Saunders, who's allowed single home run. And all of a sudden now, with nobody out, and you're still only in the 6th inning, the Reds are right back in this game, down by 3 runs.
Well, this is nothing more than coming out to Saunders and giving him a breather. He's had a rough 3 batters. Sat down for a long inning after the Diamondbacks put 3 on the board. But now it's awfully important for Jay Bruce to keep this thing going in the right direction.
Breaking ball to Jay Bruce is in there, strike. Bruce is grounded to first and line to center. 0 for 2. Fastball that ate him up, down and in, swung on and missed. And now the 0-2 to Bruce. Slow breaking ball, and he missed it by a foot. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And he at bat to Bruce, 1 out in the inning. Now Todd Frazier the batter.
I think that's where some people get frustrated with Jay Bruce and at bats where he strikes out on 3 pitches, because he feels like he can hit any pitch they throw up there, and so he swings at any pitch they throw up there instead of working the count and getting a pitch that he can handle. We saw the line drive earlier into center field, but those pitches there were not nearly as good a pitch as the pitch he hit earlier.
Hooked foul by Frazier, a ball and a strike. 3-run home run here in the 6th inning by Brandon Phillips has given the Reds hope. 6-0, now 6-3. Frazier fooled badly. Way out in front of an off-speed pitch. Rolls over it foul. Phillips now 11 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Here's a 1-2 on Todd. Up under his chin, a fastball. He spins out of the way.
And that's about how it's been for Saunders, except for that one pitch to Phillips. That fastball has just been show me. It's been out of the strike zone, a chase pitch.
Come back in with a fastball once more, and it misses again. 3-2 now on Frazier.
Here comes the changeup.
Three-two pitch. With another fastball. That one right down a can, fouled back to the screen.
Surprised me.
He has tripled up on that fastball now in this at bat.
That was his hardest pitch of the afternoon at 92 miles an hour. And he came back in with it.
Saunders settles on that left foot on the rubber. Big deep breath, and once more the payoff pitch to Frazier. And this one is ball 4 down and in. That's a good at bat there by Frazier.
Definitely.
That's one of the few really good at bats the Reds have put together against this Arizona left-hander here today, making him work through the at bat.
And that's the thing about fouling off pitches or taking pitches that are borderline or out of the strike zone. You got a rally going. That's what we talked about earlier about upping the concentration and trying to extend your at bat, do something just a little bit extra.
Let's see what Heisey is up to. He's fly to center and walks. Outside, ball 1. Arizona 6, the Reds 3. 3 in, 1 on, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. High fly ball in the deep right center field, but room out there for Young. And there are 2 outs in the inning. You a little surprised Frazier doesn't tag there? With 1 out in the inning?
I thought that he was. I was looking at where Young was as he caught the ball, because there was no way that he could get to a point where he could run in and make a catch the ball and run in and make a dime throw at second base. If you tag there, you've got second base easily.
Well, the other part about it is the track that that Young was on. If the ball goes over his head, Frazier's not going to score anyway. Even if he's halfway, which he was, he's going to get to third.
No, because the ball was straight up in the air.
Oh, well, runner at first, 2 outs, 1-0 the count. And a liner caught by the third baseman, Robert Settle, in the inning. Cairo hit it hard, but allowed out. 3 runs home on the Phillips home run. Cowboy with a play-by-play in the 7th. Reds back in it, trailing at the end of 6. 6-3 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network.
Alfredo Simon will be back out on the mound, the right-hander. And the Reds have cut that 6-run lead in half with one swing of the bat. Brandon Phillips, a 3-run home run. 3 consecutive base hits by the Reds to begin the 6th inning. Climaxed by the home run by Phillips right down the left field line, just inside the left field foul pole. 6-3 our score. And Simon has been given the duty of holding things right there and trying to give this Reds offense a chance to come back. And he'll be facing the heart of the Diamondback order. Aaron Hill, Jason Kubel, and Paul Goldschmidt. Hill stands in. First pitch fastball. Misses inside. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. And Aaron Hill looked awfully surprised at that pitch. So he's used to seeing league throw, and then he sees one at 95 miles an hour. That one just a bit inside, 2-0. Hill struck out his first time up on a breaking ball. Hit one through the right side for a single and an RBI, and that one almost hits him inside. 3 balls and no strikes. And then he hit a fastball out of the ballpark his last time up. 3 balls and no strikes. Simon the delivery right in there. Strike 1. Split the plate in half with that one on a 95-mile-an-hour heater. Simon has been awfully reliable as of late, and he puts that one in there. It's popped up, shallow center field. Stubbs out and makes the catch underhanded right in front of Phillips, and he just didn't get there in time. 1 down. So 1 out in the inning. Both Phillips and Stubbs right there as that ball came down, and now Jason Kubel will stand in. He's 1 for 3 on the afternoon, and he takes a fastball right in there. Strike 1. 96 miles an hour right over the outside part of the plate. The pitch hit hard right to the first baseman, Cairo. He'll take it himself. 2 down. Cairo covered that one up in a hurry, and Simon moving that way. Cairo takes it himself. Ball hit hard, but it was right at Cairo for the 2nd out of the inning. So the right-hander Simon making a bid for the first 3-up, 3-down inning for a Reds pitcher this afternoon. He can do it right here with an out of Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt 1 for 3 on the day. A flare into center his first time up. Slider down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. A day that started out rainy and misting and almost zero visibility is now turned into a sunny afternoon as this one is ripped foul down the right field line. A good inside-out swing by the right-handed hitting first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. .295 hitter on the year. He's got 27 doubles. One ball, 1 strike to Goldschmidt. Pitch. Hammered into left field, a hanging breaking ball. It's down the left field line. Goldschmidt starts for second and puts on the brakes, and he'll stand at first base with a 2-out single, and that'll bring Justin Upton to the plate. Simon left that breaking ball just a bit high, and Goldschmidt was able to pull it right over the head of Todd Frazier at third base down the line. Heisey got to it in a hurry to hold Goldschmidt to a single. So here's Justin Upton. Fastball just misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Folks brought their umbrellas today thinking of rain, and now they're using them as shade barriers for the sun. The sun has come out, and those that brought their umbrellas are using them to keep the sun off their heads. The 1-0, just a bit inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, for all the rain and all the ugly forecast for this afternoon, it has turned into a beautiful day here at Great American Ballpark. 2-0 pitch, fouled straight back. A big hack by Justin Upton, and he fouls that one directly back into the net behind home plate.
That's why, Jeff, you know, when I hear people start telling me about what's going to happen with the weather, and it's no disrespect to the people who have to do it for a living, I just tune it out. There's nothing we can do about it.
And you never know.
And you never know. They said 70% chance from 10 o'clock this morning until 10 o'clock tonight. Now, we could get stopped with rain in this game. Let's hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Pitch fouled off to the right side, out of play. A good heater inside by Simon, and that one ate up Upton.
Because Lord knows it's not from a lack of hard work. People trying to give us all an idea of what the weather's going to be like. Those people work very hard to do it.
I would say these 2 birds over here on this wire know more about the weather than anybody else.
They have been amazing to watch.
They have been just hanging out right there together, and not a care in the world, knowing a foul ball's not coming this way, and it's not raining either. Quick pick to first, not in time.
They have been drawing one another off, both on this wire that holds up the screen behind home plate just to our right. Every now and again, one of them will fly off over to the next wire, but then we'll turn around inevitably, and they'll come right back together again as they are now. One of them seems to be sort of chasing around the other one. That must be the female in front and the male in the back. But they have been just... It's a beautiful thing, nature, isn't it?
Yeah, entertaining.
Thank God for
there
it.
goes the runner, and there's a swing. A pop-up of the baseball right to Cairo at first, and it's in foul territory. The ball is caught. And Simon has worked out of the inning around a 2-out hit by Goldschmidt. 6-3 Diamondbacks as the Reds come to the plate here in the bottom of 7 on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network. It's his 42nd ball game. Right-hander stands in. The first batter that he'll face is Devin Mesoraco. Fastball right in there. Strike one. First pitch fastball right down Broadway. Strike one to Mesoraco. Out of the stretch is Shaw. Fastball hit off the hands to third base. Roberts has it, throws across, one down. So Shaw coming in throwing strikes. He split the plate in half on the first pitch and ran that one right in on the hands of Mesoraco as he grounds out to third for the first out here in the seventh. That'll bring to the plate Xavier Paul. Paul now in his second appearance for the Reds in the big leagues, and both coming in pinch hit duty. His last at bat, he swung at the first pitch, flied out to center field, and he'll be there hitting from the left side against the right-hander Shaw. Missing away, 1 ball, no strikes. A fastball running right off the outside corner. Logan Ondrusek throwing in the Reds pen, and the Reds bullpen has been quite busy as of late. The pitch inside, 2-0, another 93-mile-an-hour heater down and in. Stubbs waiting on deck. Stubbs started the 3-run rally back in the bottom of the 6th inning with a single into right field. Valdez the same, and then the big 3-run jack by Phillips just inside the left field foul pole. 6-3 the score. Pitch down and in. Paul takes it, 3-0. Reds 3 runs on 4 hits. They've left 4 aboard. Diamondbacks 6 runs on 12 hits. They've left 5 aboard. And they led 6-0 before Phillips' 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th to cut it in half. 3-0 pitch to Paul. Bounces to the backstop, and that's a wild one. So Shaw comes in with perfect pitches to Mesoraco and all over the place to Xavier Paul. So 1-out walk for the Reds pinch hitter. He's aboard at first base, and here's Drew Stubbs. And here at Great American Ballpark, you can't help but think about what one swing of the bat can do. And a home run either way puts the Reds right back in this thing. They're down by 3 now, and Stubbs has the power to do it as that fastball misses down and away, and Henry Blanco headed to the mound to talk to the young right-hander. All fastballs from the right-hander Shaw. He got Mesoraco on the second pitch after splitting the plate in half on the first one. That's the 5th consecutive ball that he's thrown. Blanco back in behind home plate. Shaw back to the mound. Xavier Paul over at first base. He takes his lead. Stubbs waiting patiently at the plate. The pitch down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. So Brian Shaw having a tough time finding the strike zone. Right-hander comes set, kicks and deals. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. 7 consecutive pitches out of the strike zone. And Charles Nagy and Kirk Gibson, pitching coach and manager respectively for the Diamondbacks, looking on intently. There's another ball 4, and the bases are now first and second base for the Reds, and here comes Valdez. 1 out in the inning. So I don't think we're going to see Valdez bunting. And Charles Nagy making a slow walk to the line, and now he'll jog to the mound. Paul came in as a pinch hitter, saw 4 consecutive pitches out of the strike zone. Stubbs comes up, back in the leadoff spot. And that's another 4 that he sees out of the zone. That's 8 pitches after getting a 2-pitch out on Mesoraco. And they're now in DEFCON 1 down in that Arizona Diamondback bullpen. They've got lefties going, righties going, phone ringing.
Well, they got the left-hander Mike Zagurski cranking it up in the bullpen. And the right-hander is Brad Ziegler.
Funny to watch Ziegler warm up. He warms up over the top until he gets loose, and then he starts in that submarine form that we see on the big league mound. First pitch to Valdez is in there for a strike. A fastball about mid-thigh high right over the outside corner. First and second for the Reds. Valdez at the plate. The pitch, and it just misses outside. Valdez showed bunt, pulled it back right at the last second. Larry Vanover, the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Valdez.
Of course, when Valdez does bunt, more times than not, he pushes the ball to the right side rather than towards the third baseman.
And the pitch, hit hard. Right through the right side. Goldschmidt pulled his glove up, and that's going to end up being a double for Valdez. A run scores in Xavier Paul, and it is now 6-4, and the Reds have the tying runs aboard and the go-ahead run coming to the plate. RBI number 10 on the year for Valdez, his 4th double, and it couldn't have come at a better time. It almost appeared that Goldschmidt was trying to snatch it and spin to throw to second all in one motion, and he just came up empty, just flat airmailed it all the way down into the corner. Upton had to go to retrieve the baseball. So 1 out in the inning, 6-4 now. Phillips stands at the plate, runners at second and third base. Pitch outside corner. Strike 1. Well, that appeared to be off the plate.
Yeah, Brandon thought it was too.
Phillips stands back in. Big 3-run blast his last time up. Down the left field line. Brian Shaw on the mound. Breaking ball way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shaw has made this mess of his own doing. He got a quick out of Mesoraco. He walked the pinch hitter Paul, who just scored. He walked Stubbs, all coming on 8 pitches. Pitch up and away. 2 balls and a strike.
It's amazing the good things that can happen when you take a pitch, slow things down, calm things down a little bit. You catch a break on the misplay at first, but because of the 2 walks in front of it, you're on the board and now banging on the door to tie it, if not take the lead.
Just a little bit of patience, and now you've created a rally and you got a chance to tie the game. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there from the right-hander Shaw. 94 miles an hour, and Phillips swings right through it for strike 2.
And that was a swing where, again, Phillips was trying to hit the ball in the seat. So now with 2 strikes, I mean, at the minimum, you got to get 1 more in this inning.
Only 1 out. So a fly ball cuts this game to 1 if you get it deep enough.
And a ground ball.
Stubbs at third. Pitch. Fouled straight back behind home plate. A heater up and away. And Phillips went after it. Just got a piece of it.
Well, the only place, Cowboy, well, the only 2 places that you're not going to score a run on a ground ball would be right at the third baseman, and that's even a hit or miss depending on where he's going to go. And then back to the pitcher. That's Drew Stubbs running down there. Short, second, and first are not throwing to the plate.
Well, any ball at third base, if you make Ryan Roberts move left or right, he's going to have to go across the infield. He won't be able to make the play at home. Not with Stubbs running. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, line drive, past the shortstop, into left center field, and folks, we are tied. Phillips all the way around to second base, and the Reds have come all the way back from a 6-0 deficit to tie this baby up. 6 apiece. Boy, Brandon Phillips has brought his hitting shoes today. That is his 5th RBI on the afternoon.
We brought up earlier, you and I were talking about specifically Phillips and Jay Bruce. These are 2 of the cornerstones of this franchise. And without Joey Votto, if they are in positions to get this team on the board, they need to deliver. And today, that guy so far has been Brandon Phillips.
Big time. The big 3-run jack in there, a 2 RBI double. Mike Zagorski is in. Will step out on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network. Left-hander Mike Zagorski comes on, and he is on for one reason and one reason only, and that is to face Jay Bruce. The last 9 left-handers he has faced, he has held them hitless. And that is what Kirk Gibson is hoping for here as Zagorski, the left-hander, comes on to face Bruce with a go-ahead run and Phillips at second base. Breaking ball, down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Reds have put 3 on the board in the bottom of the 6th, and now 3 here thus far in the bottom of 7. With a chance to take the lead with Jay Bruce standing at home plate here. Phillips at second base. Pitch. Fouled straight back. A fastball down and away. Bruce fouls it right off the netting behind home plate.
It's feeling watching Phillips out there a little bit, Cowboy, that he at least very much has on his mind the possibility of trying to steal third base. Shortstop is making sure those thoughts dissipate, keeping him very close.
Well, Ryan Roberts is playing in the shortstop hole, and he is a good 15 to 20 feet from the third base bag. Pitch on the ground to first base. Goldschmidt has it. He will take it himself. Bruce is out. Phillips down to third base, 2 down.
Well, now you need a knock. I mean, they're going to make a pitching change. And this is a time to deliver that blow and put yourself in front by a run.
Well, it'll be up to Frazier to face Brad Ziegler, the ground ball specialist. This will be his third appearance here in this series, and he has been awfully good thus far. So Zagorski out, Ziegler on. We'll be right back here on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network. Sinker ball specialist on the mound. He has not given up a home run to a right-handed hitter in his last 309 batters faced. Todd Frazier stands in with 2 down. He bunts, foul. So the Reds have tried that time and time again and come up unsuccessfully. Frazier bunting for a base hit there as Ryan Roberts playing almost on the grass at third base. If you get the bunt down, you get the go-ahead run to the plate. But now that it's foul, you're down in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Ziegler, the submariner, to the plate. Line drive up the middle, and that's a base hit. And the Reds have taken the lead 7-6. Todd Frazier, oh my goodness.
That's what we said before the break, Cowboy. You need Frazier to step up there. He's going to get a lot of playing time with Votto out. And this is a guy that we know is not afraid of the big moment or the big at-bat. And that is a huge hit for the Reds all the way back from 7 or 6-0 down to take the lead.
And you said it, Tom, not being afraid of the at-bat, but cherishing the moment. And that's exactly what Phillips and Frazier do here. Here's Heisey. Inside, 1 ball, no strikes. The Reds down 6-0 early. Joe Saunders lifted out of the ball game, and the offense comes calling. 3 runs in the bottom of 6, and they have put 4 on the board here in the 7th to take the lead. Phillips has been on fire, and now it's Frazier. Strike on the outside corner to Heisey.
Well, you know what it is, Cowboy. You've been in that dugout. You've been down the bullpen. You've been in the uniform. That blast by Phillips that got you on the board. I mean, you went from being a team that looked whipped, down 6-0, and all of a sudden, bang, you're within 3.
Lead by example. The 1-1. Tapped up the middle, and coming hard is Bloomquist to throw, and he just does get Heisey at first base, but not before Frazier. And Phillips come up big. 7-6, Reds lead as we head to the 8th. Tom Brenneman, back to you folks on the Cincinnati Bell Reds Radio Network. Logan Ondrusek, the new pitcher for the Reds. Right-hander comes out of the bullpen, 3-2 on the year, a 2.91 earned run average. This will be his 41st appearance. And the Reds now have the lead by 1. They've got 2 innings to go to hold on.
So the Reds throw the ball around the infield. My, oh my, to be down 6-0. Coming to bat in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Saunders cruising along, having allowed just 1 base hit through the front 5. And quite frankly, there weren't more than 2 or 3 balls that were hit very hard at all, including the base hit by Mesoraco, which was their only hit against Saunders. But then single Stubbs, single Valdez, home run Phillips. And with 1 out and nobody on in the 7th, the Reds draw back-to-back walks against Brian Shaw, igniting the 4-run rally. Strike 1 to Chris Young. Young, Robertson, Blanco. That one is swung on and fouled out of play off to the first base side.
Sean Marshall also up now in the Reds bullpen.
Well, you look on that Arizona bench, they have the pitcher spot due up 4th, and they have a number of options on their bench from the left side. They've got good hitters down there, man, from the left side today. Here's the 0-2. And it's a fly ball into right center field. Coming over to get it, Jay Bruce. 1 out in the 8th. They've got their regular shortstop, Stephen Drew, their regular catcher and regular cleanup hitter, and Miguel Montero. They have Lyle Overbay, a very good left-handed batter. And they have the switch hitter, Jeff Blum. Gerardo Parra they also have down there.
And Parra's just moved out into the on-deck circle.
Well, it's a lot of left-handed thunder off that bench.
No kidding.
Send us a little bit of that.
They had a lot of guys having the day off today. All of the guys you mentioned started the first 3 games.
Breaking ball, strike 1 to Ryan Roberts. And there's a fly ball lifted down the right field line. Bruce over near the stands he ran out of room. And that ball looked like it hit the railing right in front of the first row, or maybe right into the first row.
Right into the first row. Looked like Bruce was going to catch the ball, but the ball went into the seats instead. Coming off of a right-handed bat, that ball just continued to eat that way, because Bruce was standing right at the brick mark as the ball went into the seats.
All right, Ondrusek quickly ahead of right-handed batting Ryan Roberts, and now the 0-2 on the way. Fastball up and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Parra waits, and now he's taking a seat, and it's Montero in the on-deck circle. 1-run game. 1-2 delivery. And a check swing roller down to third, charging with time. Frazier scoops it up, throws him out. 2 away. Well, you can understand right now, when you sit down all those left-handed batters, that's fine if you're able to get them against right-handed pitchers. But the Reds have not used Marshall. They have not used their closer Chapman. And, you know, Kirk Gibson figures I better empty the bucket right now. He sends up Montero, and just like that, Dusty Baker comes out of the dugout. And you know he's going to bring in Marshall to face Montero.
And now it looks as though you've got Stephen Drew heading out into the on-deck circle.
Well, I think he's up there for the pitcher spot next, and Montero will bat for Blum.
Right.
Or, I'm sorry, for Blanco. So a nice job by Ondrusek. Part of a double switch. It's going to be Ludwig going into left field replacing Heisey. And it's going to be Marshall trotting in from the bullpen. Back with more in a moment.
Marshall comes on, and Marshall 2-3 on the year with a 2.86 earned run average. This will be his 42nd appearance, and this is specifically what he was signed and brought over to do, and that is to get out left-handers in big-time situations, and this would qualify.
So he's facing a guy who bats right in the middle of this Diamondbacks batting order on a night in and night out basis, given a day off today after starting behind the plate each of the first 3 games and batting in a cleanup spot, Miguel Montero. Nine home runs and even 50 runs batted in for Montero. He looks at a breaking ball outside, ball 1. Lyle Overbay, a left-handed batter. That's all they have left on that bench outside of the switch hitting Blum. 1-0. Breaking ball, and Marshall's come in and fallen behind 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Montero waits, and a breaking ball is ball 3. Montero, a slightly open batting stance. And a 3-0 pitch. Check swing, and he went around. I think it was a called strike. That's what Montero wants to know. Was it swinging? Was it looking? I think that was a called strike.
And that was not that big curveball. That was the short slider that Marshall threw in there on the 3-0 pitch.
3-1 to Montero. And it's softly lined into center field, a base hit. So Marshall comes in to face a left-handed batter. And he'll face another one next. He's allowed a hit, so now the go-ahead run comes to the plate in the form of Overbay.
Hit that baby right off the end of the bat, but it's a productive at bat. It's what happens when you fall behind. The hitter knows you have to come to the zone.
That's what you hear all the time at lefty-lefty matchup. You really take it off once that pitcher falls behind 2 balls, no strikes, or anything thereafter. Because he's got to throw you something in his zone.
Exactly. Got to get ahead of Overbay here.
Overbay has always been a good, solid hitter in his career. And a one hopper that'll trickle through into right field a hit. Boy, Sean Marshall, by and large, he has been very good this year, but as we have gotten closer and closer, deeper into games, especially on that West Coast trip, he's had a hard time getting some outs, and the question becomes now is, are you going to leave Marshall in to face a right-handed batting Willie Bloomquist? I mean, Aroldis Chapman is up and throwing.
But
and Cowboy just makes you wonder if there's ever a time that screams to bring him in for a 4-out save. Is this it?
I don't know if he's ready. I mean, he's working as fast as he can down there. But to be honest with you, I don't think he's ready. I think that's the one thing that Brian Price is doing right now, is trying to burn up absolutely as much time as he can to get Chapman ready. I mean, he's not even moving, and Larry Vanover, the umpire, is standing over the top of him. Back-to-back base hits by left-handers.
Well, this was 2 outs and nobody on after the Reds had just had a 4-run rally to cap off a 6-0 comeback to take a 1-run lead. Marshall walks in the door and 2 straight base hits, and now he has to face a right-handed batter who's had an excellent series. Bloomquist has hit everything to right field virtually in this series. He has 2 hits in a game today. Pulls this one foul, third base side, and Marshall gets ahead, strike 1.
And I know what you're talking about, that 4-out save. But I just don't think he was ready in time.
0-1 the count. And a slow roller to the right side. Picked up by Cairo. Underhand to Marshall. He makes a catch, and Marshall gets the out to retire the side. And Phillips, a big whack on the back of Sean Marshall, who allows a couple of hits but gets a final out in the inning. Reds will bat bottom of the 8th, leading Arizona 7-6.
Longtime battery mate Dan Wilson become the 5th and 6th members of the Mariners Hall of Fame, Saturday, July 28th at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, only on Mariners.com.
It's like David Hernandez.
30.
No.
Number 30, I'll get it.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay. A hard thrower, David Hernandez, 6'3", 230. Hernandez coming on in 10 of his last appearances. They've been flat out scoreless. Hernandez on the year, 1-2 with a 2.75 earned run average. 42 ball games, 39 1/3 innings pitched, 58 strikeouts. He is a strikeout machine.
Yeah, in fact, just 57 strikeouts before the All-Star break this year, the 4th most ever by a Diamondbacks reliever. Byung-Hyun Kim had 3 seasons. As that one is fouled just off to our left. Byung-Hyun Kim had 3 seasons where he struck out 65 or more batters before the break. You know, everybody remembers that guy and blowing those saves in a World Series. That guy could deal.
He was nasty. He'd drop down with that breaking ball and it'd start at your knees and end up at your eyes. A breaking ball.
Ground ball right side, gobbled up by Hill, the second baseman. And he throws out Cairo. Hill will lead off the top of the 9th inning. Aroldis Chapman will be ready for the 9th. He'll face Hill, a right-handed batter. Kubel, a left-handed batter. Goldschmidt, right-handed batter. And they won't bring any lefties off the bench.
I don't think so.
So now Devin Mesoraco takes ball 1. If you're a tennis fan, you can flip the coin at the semifinals of the Western and Southern Open in August. It's considered one of the top 5-6 tennis championships and tournaments in the world. I mean, they've got everybody coming. This is the Players Tournament.
It is big time.
And this perfect match prize package includes meeting players, sitting courtside during the match, even bringing a friend on the court to share the experience. Just swing by the website to enter at wslife.com/tennis. You and Western Southern, the perfect match. Swinging a foul ball out of play. With the runs batted in today, by the way, by Brandon Phillips. He has 5 of them, and Todd Frazier with 1. Tire discounters make a donation to maywehelp.org, a group of engineers creating devices to help the disabled. For every run driven in by a Red this season, Tire Discounters make a donation to maywehelp.org. What a great organization. Tire Discounters, home of a free alignment. 1-2 on Devin Mesoraco. Two and two to Mesoraco. Reds leading 7-6. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Swinging a foul tip into the mid of the catcher. Montero remains in the game. 2 out.
Boy, just as the rain went to sunshine at this ballpark, the Reds went from down 6 to up 1 about that fast. The weather changed and the Reds offense turned on like a light bulb. Unbelievable.
I mean, they're actually blue skies and just a few clouds right now.
Oh, happy day thus far for the Reds.
Thus far. With a big fella coming on in the night.
Come on with it. Highway 101. Miles per hour.
I like that. You got to bottle that up. And there's a strike to Ryan Ludwig, who bats for the first time today. Tell you what, give Xavier Paul some credit. You can say, oh, big deal. You know what? When you're down 6-3 and there's 1 out in an inning and nobody on, you're just joining a team. You're thinking, I want to make an impression on somebody and, you know, drive one of the gap, double, whatever it may be. He took what the pitcher gave him, which was 4 balls.
Leadoff walk. Stubbs followed 8 consecutive pitches out of the zone.
Breaking ball is low to Ludwig. 2 balls and a strike.
But I think you're right, Tom. When Phillips hit that home run, it was new ball game and new life for that Reds dugout. And they came back to the plate in the 7th inning, and not only did they tie the score, they took the lead.
Hot smash right at the shortstop, who Fields throws on the first inning over. All right, here we go, boys and girls. It is time for the 9th inning. Aroldis Chapman comes out of the bullpen, trying to nail it down. An improbable come from behind win. The 9th inning when we return. Reds lead 7-6.
All-star closer Aroldis Chapman is on for the Reds. Chapman now looking for his 15th save, 40th ball game, a 1.69 earned run average, even record at 4-4, 42 and a 2/3 innings pitched, 80 strikeouts. This man can flat get it done. would have to say, Tom, that Aroldis Chapman is starting to really cherish this closing role.
Well, when you're going like he's going right now, why wouldn't you?
He's settled into it. Good innings, bad innings. Things have really turned around for this young left-hander, and he is young. He's only 24 years of age.
You realize of his last 25 outs, last 25 outs, he has struck out 21 batters.
That's because he has been getting ahead in the count. When he was giving up those runs, he was getting behind in the count and leaving the ball up. Now he's getting ahead in the count and putting hitters away.
All righty, here we go. You've got some dangerous hitters in this Arizona lineup here in the ninth. And it starts with Aaron Hill, who's 2 of 4 in the game, including a home run back in the 5th. The Cuban left-hander rocks back and delivers. First pitch fastball, nearly threw it to the backstop. Ball 1.
Ryan Hannigan is in the ball game.
Chapman has only pitched 1 inning in this series. Here's a 1-0 pitch, and it's ball 2 way up high. Pitched to 1 batter to Chapman. You may remember they were going to let Sean Marshall try and close the thing out with a 4-run lead, 4-0 lead here 2 nights ago, and Marshall allowed 2 hits to the 4 batters he faced. So they brought in Chapman to get the final out. Boy, Hill had a good cut there, fouled it straight back on a 2-0 pitch. Hill was the final out in that game, by the way. Hill struck out against Chapman. Two and 1 to Aaron Hill. And there's a weak pop up and foul ground. Coming over to get it, Hannigan, 1 out.
Nice hustle right off the bench, Ryan Hannigan. Well, I tell you what, when you come off the bench on a day game and the first guy you see is Aroldis Chapman bringing that smoking heater, you better be awake and fully awake.
So now to be left-handed batting Jason Kubel. We know what he's capable of doing. Hit a couple of home runs here in the game last night. 17 of them on the year. 63 knocked in. Chapman winds and delivers. Fastball again way up high. Ball 1.
Well, he's about to jerk Hannigan's arm out of socket.
Here comes the 1-0 on Kubel. Swing and a miss on a 96-mile-per-hour fastball from Chapman.
Louisiana Bayou.
Aroldis ready, so is Kubel. Drew him a slide piece on the inside corner. Oh, my.
That is the ultimate equalizer. Started at the hip, and boy, Kubel's backside was shaking.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Threw the fastball by him. A swing and a miss.
The old shake and bake by the Cuban left-hander. He got it going on.
Golly day. We'll see something. Well, now 1 more out to go, and this guy's a good hitter, Goldschmidt. Reds trailed 6-0 when they came to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. They got 3 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th. First pitch fastball at 99, right down the can, a strike. And now Chapman trying to cap off another spectacular outing by this Cincinnati bullpen. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2, 99 again. And now a strike away, an out away from a game perhaps some may have conceded back in that 6th inning.
Well, Chapman is feeding off the adrenaline of the fans.
Fastball high.
There's your Highway 101.
101 miles per hour on that Chapman fastball, and now he's ready. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Swing and a foul ball off to the first base side, out of play. Reds got a 3-run home run by Brandon Phillips in the 6th inning. Couple of walks with 1 out in the 7th. RBI double by Valdez. 2-run clutch double to tie it by Phillips. And a single by Frazier with 2 outs to put him ahead. 1-2 pitch. Fastball up and away. It's 2-2 on Paul Goldschmidt, a right-handed batter. Chapman now goes back behind the mound. Finds a rosin bag. Drops it on the grass. Brushes the left foot on the rubber. And now grips the ball with the left hand. Stands tall. Looks in for the sign. 2-2 on Goldschmidt. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Aroldis Chapman fans Goldschmidt, and the Reds down 6-0 in this game. Get spectacular relief pitching yet again. And Aroldis Chapman with a couple of strikeouts, including the final out. What an unbelievable win it was, 7-6. We're back in a moment.